I'm just going to be sharing with you our accent is not a challenge. It doesn't matter where you are from in the world, everybody has an accent. If you're an American, if you're a Caribbean base, if you're an African, you do have a accent. Your child have an accent if they weren't born in the US. If they're born in the US, they still have an accent. They just have their country's accent. It is okay. Having an accent doesn't determine how well your child will learn or not. It's just how they speak. An accent is pretty good too. You have that is your identity, that's your child identity. It is okay. So don't allow anybody to tell you that because your child is having an accent, your child is not allowed to speak up or your child is not reading well. Sometimes your child isn't reading well, but make sure what you need to do and it's mostly for our African and our Caribbean based parents, you'll find that if your child is not reading well and your teacher sometimes is telling you because they have an accent, it's okay if you have an accent. What you need to do with your child is to teach them how to code switch. So what that simply means is that whenever they're at home, they can speak their local dialect. And that's fine because you want to know that if you were to take them to your home country, then naturally they would be able to understand the language that they're in. So it is okay. But however, if you remember when you were in your home country and your parents will say when you're speaking in a professional setting or professional manner, you go ahead and you speak your standard, whether it's French or whether it's English, you speak that standard language. It's the same here. So whenever your child is at school, inform them when you're at school, you don't speak the home language at school. You speak English so that your teacher and your classmate will be able to understand what you're saying. Your language, your accent is not an issue. What you need to do is just to teach them how to code switch. And sometimes, even for me, I speak a little fast because it's natural, because we tend in our homeland is that we talk fast and it's everybody understand each other. So it's just that you have to be mindful. So you can say, okay, slow down when you're speaking so other persons can understand. What you're really doing with your child, especially our African and our Caribbean base, is that you're teaching them how to code switch and teaching them how to operate into a new culture, a new language. And in fact, for most of us, it's not a new language, it's just the accent is different. Nothing is wrong with your accent. It is your identity, it's your child's identity. It is okay. Just allow them, teach them how to code switch. The same way your parents taught you how to code switch when you're in your home country, to say this is your local dialect, you don't speak it in a professional manner, or if you're in a job setting, a formal setting, we speak standard English. This is the same thing here. When they're at school, just allow them to speak, tell them if they don't realize, because sometimes if you're speaking in your home language, it's just natural for them to transfer that readily. But you want to tell them, okay, when you're out of the house, or when you're not speaking to your family members, go ahead and speak not the standard English. If you realize that they're having a issue in terms of the transition, what you need to do as a parent is that one parent can speak the local dialect or the local language and the other can speak standard English, so that they have both language in their home. So they know, okay, this is English, this is my formal language, and this is my local dialect, which I need to understand too.